YouTube, Jake Gilroy here. It's 24th, Sunday, and we're gonna have a little kind of a general what's going on in the shop. I call these the shop ADHD videos. Not making light of anybody's ADHD, just it's kind of where it is with me. First things first, the Als Ice Bucket Challenge. This is really kind of a topic that really hits home. I have a relative, Gene Fairchild, uncle, died from ALS in 1998. He's a fine man, fine American cattle farmer, proud man, and it's tough to watch, you know. And he and his wife Edie were very close to my family, and we miss them very much. So what I'm doing here, I haven't been seeing this on videos, but this is the ALS Association donation form. This is the form they want you to send in when you send in your money, right? Links down below. If you want to dump ice over your head, fine. This is what I'm interested in right here, right? ALS is not widespread. I think the supposed number is about 30,000 people in the United States, which makes it 1/100th of 1%. That's not a big bunch of people. So you can't get pharmaceutical companies to do a lot of research because they're only interested in really making money. Pharmaceutical companies aren't interested in helping people. Get over that right quick. There's no money in a cure. This is why you'll never see a cure for AIDS, in my opinion. I don't want to get all political on you, but you'll never see a cure for AIDS because there's no money in a cure. There's no money in getting rid of something. Really, you look at the diseases that have really been pretty much eradicated, like polio, measles, and stuff like that. That work was funded and done by charitable groups. Rotary International, Lions Club, these kind of groups. For-profit corporations aren't going to do that, right? So please donate. I've got the form filled out here, and in response to my challenge, I am donating $200 to the ALS Association. In memory of my Uncle Gene. There you go. All right, that out of the way, it's time to get Shopified. All right, more appropriate shop clothing. You might recognize this as kind of a copy of the shirt, of a shirt worn by the one and only Oxtool's Tom Lipton, and it is. I emailed Tom and said, hey Tom, where can I get me one of those shirts? And he set it up for me. Honey trucker, baby. You ever have one of those days where the projects just kind of pile up on you? Like, for instance, Tom Lipton again, Oxtool's, published a video here recently called I'll Show You Mine, link down below, where Tom demonstrates his Chandler boring and facing head. I want to do a video called You Show Me Yours, in which I would demonstrate my boring and facing head, which is a different brand. So I get up and get my stuff all together and go over to the Kearney and Trecker mill to do this. So I start getting set up, mount the boring head and the spindle, and getting set up to do this demonstration. I reach down to lower the knee, and the knee handle's not there. Well, the knee crank I sold with Adams mill, the 307. And so then I said, well, you know, shoot, I gotta make me a knee handle. So I email Adam and ask Adam for some dimensions, and Adam comes back and sends me some dimensions. And then I decided, okay, well, great. I'm gonna go over and, you know, I just fixed the Kearney Trecker. I had to replace coils in the contactor because I wired them up wrong. My own fault. And I Zorched 120 volt coil by hitting it with 240 volts. So I bought some Allen Bradley coils off of eBay, which are good for 240 volts. Voila, we're fixed. So I said, oh, the pacemaker's good. Okay, we're gonna use the pacemaker. So I go over to the pacemaker to get ready to do some work, and I hadn't used the pacemaker in a while. And I get ready. Here's my material for the job. I've got a piece of flat bar. I've got this handle. I don't know where this came from. It's it rotates, so it's a nice handle. And I got this piece of round stock and mystery metal. We're going to discuss that in a second. And then another project happens. I go to check the lube in the apron, and I couldn't see it real well, so I kind of scratched on the plastic, and I scratched right through the plastic. Voila, I went right through there, and lube leaked everywhere, and I was like, well, shoot, now I got to fix that. So then I go and I make a new lens for the apron, pictures to follow. And so I get that going. Then I go, they put oil back in the apron, and I go back to chuck this piece of metal up, and I can't find my chuck key for my 3-jaw on the pacemaker. I look and look and look and dig and dig and dig. And about the best I can come up with is the last time I emptied out the chip pan, which has been a while, I threw the chuck key out with it. I don't know where it is. So I had to make a chuck key. Remember, this is all because I wanted to show off my boring head in response to Tom's video. So there's some pictures and some video to go along with the chuck key build. Hey boys and girls, Jay Kilroy here. Got a quick little project, a little short video here. We're going to make a chuck wrench. For the life of me, I can't find one of my chuck wrenches. Senioritis strikes again. And so I've already got a little head start here. I got a piece of 01 cut, and in the lathe, and I got the end faced, and I got a center drill going here. So we're going to get us a center. Actually, I tell you what we're going to do first. I'm going to turn this around, face off this end, and once again we're using the diamond tool holder. We're running about 700 RPMs. both ends faced off now. I'm going to turn this around. Give me a live center in the tailstock. Whoop. Give me a live center and a piece of paper towel in the tailstock. That's not good. I'm just going to clean this piece of junk up here. So there you are. You know, one thing leads to another. And let's talk about mystery metal. When I made this chuck key, I'm gonna get some rubber hose to put on here, a la, again, Tom Lipton. I made it out of what the rest of this piece, which is what I'm going to use for the crank handle. It was just kind of in my scrap material section, and I didn't really know it. I thought it was just some kind of mild steel, but I think I was wrong, because when I drilled this cross hole, half-inch hole, it was all I could do to get the drill through there. I mean, I kid you not, it was absolutely brutal. So I'm like, well, it's not stainless because it's corroded. It's not like it's 316 or 304. It could be a 4 series stainless, maybe 410 or something like that. But it was really, really, really difficult to drill. I mean, I got the hole through, it was fine, but you know what this means is when you have material, mark it so that you know what it is. Especially with today's inserted tooling. Because if you take an insert that, say, is for regular steel, mild steel, ferrous metals, and you throw that in your lathe, you think you've got some hot rolled or cold rolled or some kind of alloyed steel, and what you actually have is 316 or 304 or some sort of non-ferrous steel, and you throw that in your lathe and you start taking a cut, you're going to figure out it's not what you thought it was very quickly, because your insert's going to be toast. And there's what, you know, whatever you pay for the inserts down the tube. Some inserts are quite pricey. So you're just going to, you're going to toss that out. Battery failure. Okay, anyway, we're talking about protecting your inserts. You know, if you got a positive geometry insert with 3 cutting edges and you pay $10 for it, it's $3 an edge, right? So you need to know what your materials are before you start cutting. Otherwise, you might just trash that $3 edge. If you're stubborn like me, you just might trash a second one. Next thing I want to talk about, one of the things, what is this you're thinking? Jay, what are you going crazy on us? Old napkins, tablecloths, stuff like that at garage sales, practically free. Make good rags. Once they're nasty, chunk them. Wanted to talk about this. I've had this thing sitting around for ages, right? You've probably seen these, something similar. This is one of these digital laser slash wheel tachometers on eBay for 10 bucks, 12 bucks, who knows, not much, right? Neat feature here is they got this wheel that goes on here. And you've got a little setting right down here that says surface speed. Rock on. Let's real quickly see how this works. 89.78 feet per minute. So it's pretty nice. If you don't want to sit around and do math, or if you're busy working and you're moving from one workpiece to another, you're making a lot of changes in diameter, this could save you a lot of time. You press this little button and then you put this against the workpiece and boom, it gives you a number. And yeah, it's kind of handy. And the batteries in this thing have got to be, I don't know, when I bought it, what, 3 years ago? I just kind of stumbled upon this thing and put it to use. It's also great for checking. You know, we did the tachometer repair in the Revette, and I wanted to check it to make sure that it actually, the numbers actually meant something. So that was kind of nice, and it does work. Oh, something else. It is that time. Oop. What I have here is a box of goodies off to our man Keith Fenner for the What's in Your Box series number 2. So I suggest that other guys out there dig through your collection, find what you can part with, and ship it off. But if you want to see what's in this box, you're going to have to watch Mr. Fenner's videos and see what's in his box. I'm sure I'll probably donate a few more things after this, but this is a start, and it's heavy. It's going to make the mailman mad. See what else? It's been hot. God, it's been hot. One of the things, chuck cleaning and lubrication. You know what happens. You don't necessarily want to take the chuck off your machine and do a complete disassembly, cleaning and lubrication. So, you know, it's got that little zerk on the front there that's probably for oil or grease, whatever. You shoot some in, and next thing you know, you crank the machine back up, and you're wearing it. The ceiling's wearing it, your wall's wearing it, your friends are wearing it. It's all over the place. Well, I have a little idea that worked out pretty well for me that I'm going to show you on some video here that might help you out with that. So check this out. Okay, here's a little tip for you. Let's say you got a chuck, needs a little lubrication. You don't really want to go through the whole, take it off, disassemble it. You know, you're right in the middle of something. So what do? You lube the thing in place, and then what I've done here is I've got a bunch of napkins. These are old napkins I get at flea markets for free. And I've just wrapped them around all the way around the chuck. It's doubled up. And wrapped it with a couple layers of duct tape. And there's plenty of lube in there, and what's going to happen, you know what happens when you crank it up, right? That lube flies everywhere. So we wrap these cloths around it. Spin cycle, baby. Don't get close. Let it run like this for a couple of minutes, and all the excess will be caught up in these rags. Cut them off, throw them in the garbage. Alright, maybe that can help you out next time you want to do a little quick lube on your chuck and you don't want to make a mess. You know, put your chuck through a little spin cycle. So, this video is getting kind of long, so I'm going to take and the KT crank and make an independent video out of that. Just to review, send your money to the ALS Association. Link for this form, the donation form, is down below. And, you know, it is only through efforts by associations like this that this research is going to get done, because a for-profit pharmaceutical corporation is never going to touch this stuff. So, you know, please do that. Check out the other videos that I referenced in here, Tom Lipton's videos. Been following a lot of Mr. Fenner, Tom, and my buddy Adam Booth as usual, and picking up a few other videos here and there. So another video coming soon with the crank for the Kearney Trucker, and then we will get to the boring and facing head video that I wanted to do that started this whole process off. So be safe in the shop, and be back at you soon.